Albert Wesker inside Elden Ring is finally completed. It took a bit of time, took a lot of effort, but finally it is done. I hope you guys all enjoy this. And if you do, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. So it lets me know you guys want to see more of this. Anyways, without further ado, it just happens inside the video. We're gonna start off with the bandit class, because it starts off with the best knife in the game for us. And normally we could have went for the confessor just for the coat, but we will get that later on. Unfortunately there's no mod for Wesker, so we had to make Wesker look as best as we can. After that, we'll just skip over the whole silent fight and head straight to Limgrave. There we can meet Excella, who really wants to make a contract with us about perfecting the whole world and making everyone better. I'm always down for that. After that, we go help Barry with some random guy. I'm not sure what's his problem, but I'm pretty sure we'll meet Barry later on. We've also got a medallion to grab, a guy throw off a cliff, another medallion to grab, and then kill the mother of dragons. After that, we'll head around Stormvale Castle, so that way we can go grab a key and go help Barry. After helping Barry, we'll unlock one of our powers. Speaking of Barry, we'll speak to him, and he says that he's going to go track down Oswald Spencer. On our way back to our team, we encounter Mr. X. He's really evolved. He's evolved to the point where he's wielding weapons and naturally speaking. But no matter how much he evolves, he is still no match compared to my superior anatomy. After jumping from a great height and reminding someone that they are still mortal, we encounter our old good friend, William Birkin. The G-Virus has really affected William to the point where he's almost unrecognizable. Even to the point where he cuts off his own arm just to mutate it to a dragon. But even with that power, he still is no match. Rest in peace, William. Up next, we slay the Red Wolf of Hunk, jump off a cliff, and then we go fight Annette Birkin. We skip over her first phase because it's just extremely boring, considering she's just floating around. And even her second phase isn't too much of an issue. We just kind of just bull rush her until she dies, regarding all the enemies that she spawns. Up next is Carlos. I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he got a little bit upset that Jill chose Chris over him. And if so, that's a weird way to take rejection. Like literally eating the corpses of friends and foes alike. But regardless, we still have to take him out. To begin this, we're going to be running backwards to despawn his arrow phase. After that, we'll be able to summon our friends, and then take him on for real. Upon him being half health, he'll launch into the sky, and then set himself down like a meteor. I guess he really is trying to impress Jill. But even with that, he still has no chance against me. Upon returning to my team, I only see Albert Wesker. She explains to me that my team has been being taken. So we follow the front trail and lead ourselves to William Birkin. There, I encounter an attack that I had never seen before in the game. I have never seen that fucking attack. What the hell is that? But after a few more deaths, we finally get him to go in second phase, causing him to mutate and pulling out a sword out of his other head. He says he wants me to join him, which I think I'll pass. I think I'll just stick with my Ouroboros. And then after that, he wrecks me so hard. To the point where it even gets to the point where it's figure checking. So then I decided to go yeet myself off a cliff, and then try again. Which, we succeed. We then run into Mr. X, yet again. He's very upset that we won the first time, and he's definitely wanting round 2. But, as I told him in the beginning, I am the one with the superior anatomy, and he goes down just as easy as he did the first time. It was all right there. My one true goal in life, to become a god, was just at my fingertips. We just need to enter the tree and... well, shit. While me and Excella are looking for a way to burn down the tree, we run into Barry. He tells me the exact location of Spencer. He's saying that he's underneath the Capitol and he has mutated into 3 fingers. If anyone would know the knowledge of burning down the tree, it has to be Spencer. So, I make my way down there, skipping over the main part of the sewers, jumping down the elevator, and then doing a little bit of parkour until we finally meet Spencer. For some odd reason, he required you to take off your clothes. I always had a feeling he was that type of perverted old man. But it's the only way we can get the knowledge of burning the tree. With the knowledge of becoming a god and burning down the Erd tree, I decided to give myself some more time from Chris and Sheva by giving a strong dose of Ouroboros to Excella. With her keeping them distracted, I can go beat up an old man for his medallion, go running through an entire lake of rot, defeat an alien, and then beat Jill into submission. With now Jill on my side, I can now beat Leon, take his medallion, and finally make my way over to the Halo tree, where Sherry Birkin now resides. Surprisingly, we were able to get her first phase out of the way, kinda easily. But then, just like her father, she mutated. But this mutation wasn't like his. This was more refined, more controlled. This was something I definitely needed for Ouroboros, and I will not stop until I get it. And then she started wrecking me. After dying quite a few times to Sherry, we decided to go test our luck with Krauser. Krauser, whenever he came to Land Between, grew in size, but it lost his sword arm, and now he replaces it with a giant bowl. On the flip side, his ankle did get shattered, so he completely patched it up, which we're going to be taking to our full advantage and smiking it down until he gets on 2 knees. And after that, he'll just go roll around for a little bit longer, and then we'll eventually get him. After that, we'll head back to Sherry, and unfortunately die quite a few more times before we finally get her. Oh, thank you, Jill. Jill, you saved me this time. After all the times you failed me, you saved me. Before we can make it back to the forge, though, Nemesis decides to ambush us, hunting down the last 2 members of Stars that he could find. Unfortunately for him, he is still no match for my superior anatomy, just as I told Mr. X. With no other demigods standing in my way, I can finally burn down the Earth tree, so we can face the Godskin duel. I think the odds are fair. A 2 on 2. Isn't that right, Jill? Well, unfortunately I died once, or twice. But, in the end, me and Jill make out with the win. Up next is Josh. Josh doesn't have a lot of health. He is very much squishy, but he can deal a lot of damage, especially inside his second phase. Which, unfortunately, he does give me once, but in the end, we end up getting the W. Up next is Nikolai. We're just going to keep stun locking him, since he really can't do anything about I said he can't do anything about it. It seems that Excella has failed me, because now Chris and Sheva are here. However, I will give Excella the benefit of the doubt. She did make it where Chris has to carry Sheva on his back. I was able to convince Barry that Chris was actually the traitor. And with me bearing word together, Chris had no choice but to completely remove Sheva from his back. And in a brutal fashion, he did. After all that, he called himself a warrior. How could he? The person that relied on him. And he does that to him. How pitiful, Chris. This was the final battle. A god versus a god. Regardless of the deaths we had, we were victorious. Until Excella came back. Yes, it appears that Excella has survived the encounter with Chris and Sheva. And now wants me dead for betraying her. And after she's killed me a few times, we are able to completely annihilate her, ending our official partnership and becoming the new god of the lands between. For those who stuck until the end, I very much appreciate you watching the entire video. And if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments below. I do have a little bit of extra clips fighting for sacks and prestigious sacks, as a little bit of a bonus for you guys reaching it towards the end. I was originally going to put them inside the video and have a story about them, but I couldn't figure out what I want to do with them, so I kind of just saved them until the end. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and let me know, should I do more of these, or should I do them in a different type of way, or should I just stick to what I've been normally doing? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.